Alright, so we're doing sequences and functions, target 4C day 1. Learning goals, you can find the desired term for a sequence given a rule, find additional terms in a sequence, and determine if a number is part of a sequence. So by the end of this video, you should be able to do all three of these. Some vocabulary first for you though. An arithmetic sequence. That's a sequence which is a list of numbers in which the difference between consecutive terms, in other words, the numbers that come one after the other, is constant. So it's the same each time. So for example, if I take 5, 10, 15, 20, the dot, dot, dot means it keeps going. I'm adding 5 each time, right? If I have a diagram that has a stack of chips, okay, I'm adding 3 each time. So each time it's going up by the exact same amount. That's an arithmetic sequence. Could be going up by the same amount or could be going down. Either way, it's still arithmetic. Alright, so now if we have to find the desired term for a sequence given a rule, and we're going to say for example, if you had to find A15 for the rule A sub n, we'll just call that AN to make it easier for you, equals 5 plus n minus 1 times negative 2. All you have to do is look at the term number that is being solved for, which that's whatever is going to be inside the parentheses. So in this case, it's 15. Okay, and we're going to take that, we're going to plug that into the equation for n. So where you see this right here, we're going to replace it with 15. And then all you have to do is solve. So 15 minus 1 is 14. Remember order of operations, we have to do 14 times negative 2 next, which is negative 28. And then 5 plus negative 28 is negative 23. Shouldn't be positive, should be negative. Alright, so be aware of that. Be very careful of this right here. If you have a negative number and a positive number, use your calculators. Alright, so let's practice. Okay, we want to find A10 for the rule. AN equals n minus 1 times negative 3 plus 7. So this could be anywhere. All you're doing is you're taking the equation you're given, and we're going to say we need to find 10. So we're going to plug in that for 10, and everywhere we see n, we're going to put a 10. Remember, we don't do anything over here. Okay, this just stays where it's at. So we plug it in over here. 10 minus 1 is 9, and 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. Negative 27 plus 7 is negative 20. Alright, now find the next two terms in the sequence. That's when we need to find additional terms. So all you need to do here is subtract the first number from the second number. So this is important. We don't do 1 minus 4, we do 4 minus 1. Alright, so this number from this, which gives us 3. If it's positive, we're going up by that number each time. If it were negative, we'd be going down by that number each time. And then we just continue the sequence. So it's plus 3, we want to make sure that it works. Okay, and then apply that rate of change, that's what we're calling it. Plus 3 would be 16, and then plus 3 again would be 19. So if we were asked to find the next two terms in this given sequence, remember, subtract the second from the first, even if it gives you a negative number, because if you notice, this series is, or sequence is decreasing. So it's decreasing by 5. So we subtract 5 from the very last term, which is 21, and then we subtract 5 again from 21 this time to get 16. So the next two terms are 21 and 16. Now, we might be asking you to determine if a number is part of a sequence. So determine if like 36 would be included in this sequence. First, we need to follow the steps that we used before to determine what that rate of change is. So we're increasing. You can see we're going 4, 8, 12, 16, and we're doing it by doing like 8 minus 4. Now you can probably tell that by looking at it, but we know it's increasing at a rate of 4. So if I was to continue that, 24, 38, or 24, 28, 32, and then next would be 36. So 36 is a part of that sequence. Alright? So try one on your own this time. Determine if 32 would be included in this sequence. 16, 19, 22, 25. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, figure out what that common difference is. In this case, it's 3. Remember, you take this and subtract it from that to give you positive 3. So we know we're increasing. And then we're just going to continue with the sequence. So 25 plus 3 is 28, plus 3 is 31, plus 3 is 34. Now notice it went from 31 to 34. We know 32 is in there, but it's not part of the sequence. It gets skipped over. So 32 is not included in the sequence. And that's really all we have for this. So I know the video was a little bit longer than normal, but hopefully the explanations and some of the examples helped out a little bit. So hopefully you took really good notes, and we will see you in class